I'm a Laksa fanatic, so Singapore is kind of like my mecca.
Don't overthink anything. Just roll with everything.
I would say, let me join your band at some point. Maybe in like 15 years. Good timing.
That's great. It's kind of been changing throughout this tour cycle. One song continues to grow on me is 60 and Punk. Just something about the way that song live kind of translates in the room. It's really moody and it's kind of a nice exhale in the set.
It's kind of created a moment in our set that I didn't know existed.
Yep, exactly. Yep. We were in the studio with the producer, Rich Costi, and he had been working with another band. When they would finish their day, they would say to each other, "Thank you for today." He was relaying the story to us, and then when we sort of jokingly started saying it to one another, and then as the recording session went on, we used it quite frequently, and by the end of the sessions, what had started as kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke amongst all of us sort of really became something meaningful, and when it came time to think of album titles, Ben suggested it, and it really just kind of captured the entire experience of making that record.
Yeah, we were throwing other titles around that some people liked, some people didn't, but as soon as Ben suggested that, it was like, oh, obviously that's the title of the record.
Yeah, exactly. We were just driving from Edmonton to Calgary for a show in Canada, and Dave looked out the front window of the van as we were driving down the freeway, and he was like, "I think that's a tornado that's forming in the clouds." And we were like, "No, that's not a tornado. That just doesn't happen. It only happens in movies, really. You don't even just see it." And sure enough, a funnel cloud started to form, and it was coming down, and like
we all got alerts on our phone that was like, "Take shelter immediately."
Yeah, we're like, so it ended up kind of not becoming quite the disaster that it could have been, but for a brief moment there, we were entertaining the idea that this is how the band was going to end, and that was a pretty funny moment, I guess. Yeah. Oh,
Eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have the best food.
Yep, no question.
I'm a Laksa fanatic, so Singapore is kind of like my mecca.
There's a lot of great food here. We talk a lot about pooling our money and buying a giant piece of land and some houses and making kind of an indie rock retirement center where us and all the bands we've toured with can sit around and just kind of get old and fall apart and tell our rock and roll stories to each other, because that will probably be the only people that will find them interesting at that point.
Sifting through these wreckage piles, through the rubble of bricks and wire, looking for something I'll never find, looking for something I'll never find, digging for gold in my neighborhood, where all the old buildings stood, and they keep digging it down.
Honestly, it's still surreal to me that we're playing the Esplanade in Singapore 20 years into a band, and the show sold out, and there are fans here and people that are supportive of the music that we make still these many years on. It's very humbling and something I'm very thankful for.
Before we go on stage every night, we kind of get into a huddle and then all say a chant. And
last tour cycle we said,
be bold,
which is a long story. It's always something funny and kind of weird.
And this time we say straight to the dome. Which sounds insane.
Which sounds insane when we say it. We would go straight to the dome.
we're in the
we're in a
Durian dome right now.
Yeah, exactly.